Hello, friends. Jim here with Science Talk. I want to briefly discuss with you a report that was published by Friends of the Earth Scotland and Global Witness, that based on the work from a couple of groups of researchers at the UK's Tyndall Centre for Climate Change Research. And this report looks at the efficiency of carbon capture and storage, or CCS for short. That is, you trap the carbon before it enters the atmosphere. That's the idea behind it. And this has been touted as a way to reduce the levels of CO2 in the atmosphere. And basically, this is kind of like a scheme to keep the fossil fuel companies in business, if you will. Well, if we have a way to capture the carbon, we can keep drilling and it'll just be captured. We don't have to worry about switching over to renewables, or i.e., we don't have to worry about being put out of business. How does it work? It strips out the CO2 from the various exhaust gases from various industrial processes. So this could be from gas, coal-fired electricity generating plants, factories making steel, other industries, even the industries that have the conversion of natural gas to hydrogen, so that the gas can then be reclassified as a clean fuel. So then what happens to the CO2 that's stripped out from these processes? It's converted into a liquid, and it's then pumped underground into geological formations that can be sealed for generations, presumably to prevent the carbon escaping back into the atmosphere. Well, hope you pick some good seismic places that don't have much seismic activity. Get a good seismic activity there, that all goes to naught. Now, it's very complex, it's a very expensive process, and there have been schemes proposed in the 1990s that have already been abandoned, being too technically difficult, too expensive. So here's an overview of the report. The technology still faces many barriers, would only start to deliver too late, would have to be deployed on a massive scale at a scarcely credible rate, and has a history of over-promising, under-delivering. Currently, there are only 26 CCS plants operating in the world. How much of the global emissions from fossil fuels do they capture? 0.1%. Now, of that 0.1%, 81% of that captured carbon is then used to extract more oil from existing wells by pumping the captured carbon into the ground to force more oil out. In other words, they're taking the captured carbon and using it to extract oil that would otherwise have had to been left in the ground. So the net is more CO2 in the atmosphere. So basically what they're concluding is that this is a technology that needs to be abandoned and not pursued any further, and that really should be pursuing alternative, clean, renewable energy sources to get the energy we need. So if anyone wants to discuss with you the wonders of carbon capture, you can basically say, no, that's bullshit. It doesn't do diddly squat, except create more CO2 in the atmosphere because we inject it into the ground to force out oil and gas. Makes you want to just pound your head against the wall, doesn't it? Until next time. Hello, folks. This is Jim here with Science Talk, asking you to please subscribe to my channel and to inform others of my channel and of the work that I do. Please share to social media platforms that you use. Also, as a reminder, don't forget to click the bell so that you know when I load up more videos. Finally, I ask that you support the work that I do by becoming a patron at patreon.com. Details in the description box below. Thank you for your support.